A lot of close pitches. They got the best of us tonight.
No, they didn't get the best of you. They got the best of the worst of you, Aaron Boone, which is you and Devin Williams. You don't get it. It wasn't the Houston Astros that beat the New York Yankees tonight. It was you. It was your decisions. It was the people that you put in to execute in the eighth inning named Lowlev Dev. And he does exactly what he always does. Blow the game, Aaron Boone.
Just gone from suck to blow. What?
Down ball 4, bases loaded 1, and the Astros take their first lead 5-4.
This episode's easy because I feel like I've done this episode 12 times before because it's the same bullshit. It's the New York Yankees, Three Amigos.
So together we're the Three Amigos.
And Devin Williams, it was his turn at mariachi night down in Houston because Devin Williams got on his knees and blew the game tonight.
Devin Williams on his way out, having some words, got ejected, and then Aaron Boone, after the pitching change, went over and continued to let home plate umpire Brian Walsh know it. How he felt about that strike zone. I think we might disagree on some of those words that we've heard. Now he's let Ramon De Jesus know about his game yesterday.
Good evening and welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. Aaron Buffoon and Lowlev Dev back to their old tricks in Houston tonight. We've got highlights. We got Aaron Boone's post-game press conference. It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York sports for New York nuts. Let's go!
It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports Talk for sports nuts.
Do not attempt to adjust your television sets. It's just the old Yankees that showed up tonight. Thank you for joining us here, New York Minute Sports. And wow, what a shit show in Houston tonight. And this falls solely on the head of Aaron Buffoon, Aaron Baboon Bubbles, the manager of the New York Yankees tonight, managed himself out of an easy win. This game started off, Yankees were offensively rolling. Will Warren was cooking. We get around to the sixth inning. Will Warren has 67 pitches. Gives up a weak home run to left field because you know that's a short porch. And then you pull him just to bring in Cruz, who gives up an earned run and 2 hits, Boone. You love to start the search of who doesn't have it tonight. And by you taking Will Warren, where he could prove himself in a big game and he can build on this start. And guess what? Will Warren's been there for you for every single start, Boone. He's taken the ball every time he's been asked this year. He hasn't been hurt once, and all he's done is been a bulldog for you in a year that he shouldn't even be in the major leagues. And what do? You don't even get his back. The Yankees have been playing well. We've been winning. We had a convincing win last night. You don't screw with a starting pitcher against a team that isn't seeing a pitcher well. Here's an idea, Aaron Boone, since you're such a baseball guy and your family invented baseball and you forgot more baseball than I know. Here's an idea. A pitcher that's pitching well against the Houston Astros. They can't hit him. They can't figure him out. And then you take him out of the game just so you can toss off in the dugout to Cruz's breaking ball because you love that guy. You're infatuated with Devin Williams, Cruz, Anthony Volpe, and Austin Wells. I think they have naked pictures of you because Aaron Boone continues to pitch these guys. Cruz is still working on ring rust, and you rush to get to the clown cars of bullpen guys, Boone. It doesn't work like that. It's not MLB The Show, and that's when analytics get into where the rubber meets the road with reality and real baseball and analytics. Lowlev Dev. I don't know how you can justify bringing Devin Williams in a tie ball game. The only time Devin Williams is good is in the 5th or 6th inning or with a 5-run cushion. The guy's a mental patient. He's not made for the big spot, and that's a real big problem when you're supposed to be a closer that we acquired for Nestor Cortez from the Milwaukee Brewers. Since day one, Devin Williams has been shaky, and he has not been good. The only time he is good is when there is no pressure on him. You know what? Bringing Devin Williams into the game just proves that Aaron Boone is a man that is not worried about getting fired. That is a man with absolute job security where you can keep going back to Devin Williams. And the only reason they pitched Devin Williams tonight is because a book and analytics told them to pitch him tonight. Anybody that's a baseball fan, Will Warren can pitch 100 pitches. You leave him in there and you let him grit it out. You let him face big Houston pitchers because guess what? If the Yankees got to face Houston in the first round and Will Warren is starting game 3 against Houston, I want him to have in his back pocket that my manager got my back and he left me in that game. Devin Williams cannot pitch in any leverage situation ever again on this team. He pitched 34 pitches tonight, and he is awful, Aaron Boone. How many times do you have to stick to the losers on this team? The losers on this team, Cruz, Volpe, Devin Williams, and Austin Wells. And even Austin Wells, you ruined it for him tonight because he was hitting the cover off the ball tonight, and so was Ben Rice, and that all got squandered tonight. I don't care how close the Yankees made it at the end of the game. This is all about Aaron Boone and his buffoon ways, and he manages like a baboon, and I hate calling him Aaron Baboon, not to offend him. I think it's offensive to primates. Another thing, Boone, you get kicked out of too many games. Now your whole team emulates you as well. So not only do the managers and the rest of the league know that their manager's an asshole, now it's trickled down to the rest of the team where Austin Wells is getting in the ump's face last night about balls and strikes. Technically, the ump should be ringing any of these guys up that chirp at these guys. And do you think maybe why you're not getting those strike calls in these games is because you were chirping all night last night? I've said it before. You don't think this umpiring crew's having a couple of beers after the game and they're like, you know that Aaron Boone's a real dick and we don't like the Yankees, and when there's going to be a close strike, we're going to screw Boone. And he lost his shit again tonight. I've never seen a manager have a less effective ejection than Aaron Boone in his whole career. He owns the record for the Yankees of getting ejected from the most games, and they mean squat. They mean jack shit to this team. Usually managers put that in the back of their pocket to get ejected if it's a hot August day and they want to go sit in the AC, or if they want to wake their team up or get them fired up. This is bitching and complaining over and over and over to the umpiring crew, and it's going to bleed into the game, and I think you saw that tonight. Another thing is, Devin Williams, as he's getting off the mound, is talking shit to the umpire. Hey, Devin Williams, this umpire hasn't called every single game that you've blown this year. There's been a lot of umpires that have called your games, and you've done the same thing. You've got the bases loaded and blown the game, all right? It's not that umpire. It's you. It's you, and it's Aaron Boone. Devin Williams is like a drunk guy at the bar. If you don't take his keys away from him, he'll get in his car and drive home. That's what Devin Williams will do. If you give him the ball, he's not going to say no. So you keep putting him in situations that you know he can't handle. For what? To blow games? What are you, Ohtani? You got money on the game, Boone? I'm starting to sniff a rat because there is absolutely no reason you did the things that you did tonight. Aaron Boone lost the game for the New York Yankees. And remember what I was talking about? They were sucking us back in. Well, guess what? Tonight, they went from suck to blow, folks. And that's what the Yankees are doing. And you know what? I was starting to get a little pissy about the comments and the lack of positivity and stuff like that. But you know what? You guys are exactly right. You guys are exactly right because The Yankees, I try to lull myself into this, like, where somebody goes to their happy place when a trauma situation pops up, because that's what I've become with Aaron Boone and the New York Yankees, where I like to think everything is wonderful and great. And the Yankees have been doing well. Tonight does not erase everything, but tonight puts a big dent in the mojo of this team, man. This team knows that Anthony Volpe's either going to screw it up in a big spot or Aaron Boone's going to bring in Devin Williams. The rest of the team's got to know that this guy ain't got the stuff. Devin Williams, they always bring him in tie ball games. In extra innings in the 11th inning, a tie ball game. Let's bring Devin Williams in tonight, 8th inning. We need these ball games. And these are statement games. Last night was a statement win. You need to keep these going. The Yankees, I'm telling you, man, I've been watching baseball for 35 years. If they let Will Warren in tonight, they would have won that game 6-2. They could have just set it and forget it. Aaron Boone is making it more difficult than it needs to be. And as John Sterling would say, it looks like they're in the search for who doesn't have it tonight, Susan. Because Aaron Boone, when you add humans, when you add pitchers from the bullpen, when you add people to the equation, things will and do go wrong. One of those guys will not have it. We do not play baseball in a computer. We do not play baseball in an analytics book. We do not play baseball from Harvard graduates who never picked up a baseball bat. You do it from the eyeball test, the gut, and even a layman Yankees fan knows that watches this game night in and night out that Devin Williams is just not that guy. Okay? He's not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. Okay.
So usually I, make a skeleton and make some notes for this one. This episode's easy because I feel like I've done this episode 12 times before. Because it's the same bullshit. It's the Three Amigos. It's the New York Yankees Three Amigos.
So together we're the Three Amigos.
And Devin Williams, it was his turn at mariachi night down in Houston because Devin Williams got on his knees and blew the game tonight, and Aaron Boone keeps pushing him in to high-pressure situations when your name is Lowlev Dev. You shouldn't be pitching in the 8th inning. You should be bagging groceries at the local Costco because Aaron Boone blew this game tonight, and I can't take it.
Bit of it bat.
Aaron, 3 walks, a balk, a wild pitch, loss of the lead in that 8th inning. How do you process what unfolded there in the 8th?
Yeah, I mean, obviously tough.
Aaron, 3 walks, a balk, a wild pitch, loss of the lead in that 8th inning. How do you process what unfolded there in the 8th?
Yeah, I mean, obviously tough.
I don't process it because my name's Aaron Boone, and I'm brain dead after the 5th inning.
Some close pitches all around. I thought the Astros from about 3rd or 4th inning on just started putting some really good at bats together and kind of pressured. First Will, then we had varying degrees of success down there. But
I would have been fine if Will Warren blew this game tonight. I would have been fine with that. We wouldn't be having this conversation, and I don't think Will Warren would have blown this game. I think the Yankees, like I said, would have won 6-2 if Will Warren stayed in the game, let him pitch 100 pitches. You guys have been winning. Everything's been going well. This isn't a crazy must-win game. Tomorrow would be the must-win game. When Will Warren goes out on the mound, that should kind of be like the game that you think that you might lose because out of the starting pitchers, he's not the best, but you don't take anybody out at 67 pitches. You let the douche Blackburn we got from the Mets pitch more than 67 pitches. This is a guy that you're trying to build for the future. This is a guy you're trying to develop. And tonight, and Will Warren, as he was walking off the mound, he goes, "What is this guy doing?" You see it. He goes, "What is he doing? Like, why are you taking me out?" It's a big disrespect thing to Will Warren, too. I understand my opinion's going to be skewed. He is my adopted son of the year. I picked 2 players, a pitcher and a positional player. I had Ben Rice and Will Warren as my 2 adopted sons this year, and I'm proud of my boys. And I'm going to be protective of my boys from this buffoon, Aaron Boone.
credit to them. They had a lot of really good at bats against us. We didn't get a couple calls and got away.
You mentioned close pitches. Did you feel like Brian Walsh's zone was inconsistent all night long, or did you feel a certain way about the eighth in particular?
Yeah, I thought it was maybe a little inconsistent.
Yeah, I thought it was maybe a little inconsistent, and then he's just jawing at the umpire. I love him in the post-game press conference. By the way, this one's only 3 minutes long. He acts like the ones that they lose, like he's got his car running. But she's like, so did you not like his strikes and balls all night? Or, yeah, like he's like, oh, I'm sorry. After he just went scorched earth on everybody.
But again, this is more. We had a lead, a couple chances to add on, and I thought the Astros put some really good at bats together. As far as they were really squaring some pitches up against us the second half of the game, especially to get back in the game and ultimately have some big at bats that outlasted us.
What were you seeing from Williams in that eighth inning?
Yeah, I thought he was throwing the ball well. I thought, real competitive at bats, each one of them, even the walks, obviously. A lot of close pitches. They got the best of us tonight.
No, they didn't get the best of you. They got the best of the worst of you, Aaron Boone, which is you and Devin Williams. You don't get it. It wasn't the Houston Astros that beat the New York Yankees tonight. It was you. It was your decisions. It was the people that you put in to execute in the eighth inning named Lowlev Dev, and he does exactly what he always does. Blow the game, Aaron Boone. So you shined up that silver platter, you put that L on it, and you served it right up to your team tonight, Aaron Boone, because you're the reason the New York Yankees lost tonight. I'm getting tired of saying it.
Aaron, what was the thought process there? You used Weaver in the seventh inning, then Williams in the eighth. Just kind of walk us through why you decided to go that direction.
You got Weave for most of the lefties and the switch hitters. I mean, it's kind of how we've been doing it, and then the more of the righty lane there for Devin.
My question is, does Devin pitch well to righties or lefties or nobody at all, Aaron Boone? I love these great matchups that Aaron Boone has for Devin Williams. Everybody hits him. So how can you have matchups?
Just line up. They've been pitching the seventh or eighth, depending, and we just like them in those spots.
Aaron Warren was at 67 pitches. Was it a result taking him out? A result of them putting tougher at bats?
Yeah, I just thought there were about 8 hitters in a row there where, they were pressuring pretty good and squaring the ball up. So I just felt like, I was going to go batter to batter with them there in the sixth. And then, they jumped that first hanger and I just felt like it was time.
No, it wasn't time, Aaron Boone. 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, no walks tonight. His control was immaculate. That's why he wasn't in trouble. He wasn't running out of gas. He wasn't losing his precision. So what was it? It was Aaron Boone's obsession with Cruz. He loves going to that guy at any point possible. And Cruz is a liability. He is not consistent enough. And also, he just got back from a 65-day oblique strain. Like, he's going to have rust. He should be at the bottom of the barrel. Why should I be telling this to a manager in Major League Baseball?
The ball up at 1 point in the seventh, was that for if you still had a lead in the eighth?
No, that was if it got really long and we got to a right-handed hitter in a big spot later where if it got really long on Weave.
In light of Bellinger's 3-run homer, is it extra frustrating to give up runs on a balk and a wild pitch there in the eighth?
Yeah, I mean that's
Shout out to Austin Wells tonight. 3 for 4, 2 doubles and a home run. He's got 20 home runs on the year. The Yankees have 20 home run hitters all over the place. First time since 2009. We all know what happened. back in 2009 when a lot of guys had 20 home runs. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Austin Wells, another guy I'm really tough on, but he deserves it. Hits 208. Should have taken a step this year. He should have been in the top 5 catchers of all of Major League Baseball. Really took a step back. In his defense as well, Austin Wells has been getting the shit beat out of him behind the plate this year. It seems like 3 times a night, man, he is getting balls all over the place. Even tonight, he got that shot to the mask. I feel bad for the kid. He's still developing and stuff like that, but the bonehead plays on the base pads and stuff, but he did have a good offensive night tonight.
You know, we got to obviously be tighter there. You know, it's amazing how much I ask for that ball call and never get it. Screaming from the.
Also, it says Stanton 447 career home runs. Also, is Judge hurt or not? The Stanton experiment, we've gotten 11 games out of Giancarlo Stanton. He's played 100 innings in the outfield already this season. We're getting on borrowed time. You're getting to the point where he's going to get risk of injury or he's going to start slumping at the plate because he's getting tired. Aaron Judge needs to come back ASAP, all right? I don't know. He should pick up a first baseman's glove or something, but Giancarlo Stanton needs to get out of the outfield ASAP because he let up a run tonight. He let up actually – there was 3 different plays that there was a single that turned into a double because of the way that he fielded the ball. So the experiment's over. He did solid, but, you know, in baseball's the ultimate equalizer, and sunlight is the greatest disinfectant, and the more you see Stanton out there, the worse it's going to get.
So pretty, you know, I think I haven't gone back and watched it. I was kind of coming up from when I got tossed. So seeing it look like just having a little trouble hearing and then trying to go quick. So, yeah, I mean, you obviously tough way to lose a game and to lose a close lead there like that.
Aaron, in that 6th inning, tough play for Stanton in the outfield there. How do you kind of gauge, you had the lead at that point, when you keep him in and when you go another direction?
Well, he's leading off the 8th in a 1-run lead. Which one are we talking about?
6th. To the wall.
Yeah, I mean, no one's catching that ball. So
usually when
nobody's catching that ball, I don't think so, Aaron. Man, Aaron Boone thinks people are dumb, huh? Nobody's catching that ball. Hey, listen, it was a hot shot. Don't get me wrong, but just like I said, I wish they would let me in the press booth. Let me in there, please. They would literally have a tranquilizer gun or have to tase me to get me out of there. You would see fingernail marks on the door with me asking Aaron Boone question after question, but it would be with pictures because I don't think he could understand the words that are coming out of my mouth because he's a absolute baboon and cost the Yankees a game tonight. So the Yankees have to swallow this one. They got to put their best foot forward tomorrow and try to win the series against Houston. And, man, they're creeping back in, the bad Yankees. They showed their head tonight. Let's hope the normal Yankees come back. Let's hope scenarios get to the point where Aaron Boone doesn't have to get involved in the game. If the Yankee players can get to a situation where they can play baseball with Aaron Boone having to be involved, that'd be a great situation because the more that this man is involved with his doll's eyes, like a shark's eyes, like a doll's eyes, there's no life behind those eyes, folks, because that's the guy leading your ship into the postseason, Bubbles Baboon. And you can lead yourself right over to Instagram, New York Minute, that's NEWYRKMIN, it's New York Minute Sports. And remember, if you can't be good, be bad, baby. Bye.